There you go. All right. I want to do some fun stuff this week. I got a hankering for some habanero hot sauce. And I wanted to make my own because I was feeling froggy. So I did the star sand stuff. Apparently that's important. Move this off to the side. But I star sand all my jug, my utensils, my thing. We're going to do a fermented one. That's what makes this fun. We're not just going to throw vinegar in there. We're going to start off with the brine, and we're going to chop them up a little bit, and we're going to let them go. And all I've got, I don't have any of the carrot bullshit. I've got habaneros, garlic, and an onion, a Vidalia onion. I just wanted a little bit of onion. I don't want it to overpower the little bit of flavor before the heat comes on the habaneros. And we got some salt, which I'm going to put 50 grams of that into a liter of water. So, we shall begin by destemming these. And I got a big bag that I need to put that off to the side because I'm using that last. I need to save some for some pickled eggs I'm going to do. I'll do a video on that too. Don't worry. But, yeah. Let's move some of this stuff out of the way a little bit so we can see what's going on. Yeah, I've been wanting to do this for a minute. And I got this. It's a gallon brewing pickling jar because I also do a little brewing here and there. And I'll do some of those here too soon because I like making cider and meads. So we'll see that. Here's the first set. These are the original ones I got a couple weeks ago. I need to use these up anyway. So I am not going to chop them up before I put them in because I have an immersion blender that I picked up. They had what it took was. Any of you that understand that reference? Let me know in the comments because it's one of my favorite references, and I've never been able to actually use it until now. So I got excited when I saw that on Amazon. Yeah, the idea here is I want to fill this up as much as I can. I do have to save a few, like I said, of these for some other projects I have. And any of you that saw the video last week, I ate one just by itself. Granted, I did have a couple of drinks in me, but it was fresh. So it's not like I was drunk off my ass. I had a couple of beers and a couple of shots. That was it. And it tasted pretty damn good. And the heat, once it hit, it was that nice heat. It wasn't that ungodly heat that you get from like when they put the extract in it. I hate when they do that because the extract is just pure heat. There's no flavor in it. And I honestly think any challenge that puts that extract in there, it's bullshit. It's not fair whatsoever at all because you're not imparting any flavor into it. You're not adding any flavor to it. You're not making it taste any different. You're just making it hot as fuck just to bug people. And there's like the infamous one on Man vs. Food where the guy purposely used way too much of that so that Adam wouldn't win. It's like, dude, come on, really? Why are you gonna do that? Because if I recall correctly, he was using Carolina Reaper. I don't know if Adam had ever had a Carolina Reaper one. I'm pretty sure he probably at least had an even match before the guy had put too much of that extract in there. So, I mean, if you want to use extract because you've only got some jalapenos, or you can only find some jalapenos or something like that, okay, you're just gonna put a little heat in there. But if you can get a hold of some habaneros or some scorpions, or some, that was the wrong one almost, reapers, just use those, because they're fruit, people. They do have a flavor to them besides it tastes like burning. They don't all just taste like straight burning, at least not initially. Like with the habaneros, it's got a nice little fruity flavor. It tastes kind of like a sweet pepper until about 5 or 10 seconds later, heat comes back up your throat and through the back of your mouth. Yep, that one went bad. Damn. Throw that one away. That was the second bag already. Okay. Oh man, this bag I just got, and there's already a couple of them gone bad. That's why you have to hurry sometimes and use them quick. So yeah, that one should still be okay. I should have put these in the fridge. See, I picked these up on Thursday. It's 1 in the morning on Sunday. Well, almost 2 in the morning on Sunday. I'm doing this late because A, it's my one night off I had this week. I work midnights, and I want to try and keep my schedule the way it should be as far as the sleep and stuff goes. I'm not putting that one in there. So I held off on doing this till night so I'd have something to do tonight to keep me awake. I keep wanting to put that stem in there. I can't wait until a couple weeks from now when this is all nice and fermented up. And what we're going to do is, once I'm done filling this up, between the garlic and these and the onion, we're going to put the brine in there, which I might not have quite enough liquid. I don't know. I won't know for sure until after. After I get everything in there and chopped up with the blender. And I didn't want to add any extra seasoning other than what I'm putting in here until after it's had a chance to ferment, because I don't know what it's going to taste like after it ferments yet. Like I said, we're having fun with this. This is an experiment, because I'm doing it different than any of the recipes that I found had said to do it, honestly. So some of these other ones in here that look like they are getting close to not being good anymore. And we're getting close. All right. That's see. I might want to save. Yeah, this will be my last one in there. We're going to save the rest of these for when I do the hard-boiled eggs. or the pickled hard-boiled eggs, I should say. So this stuff, this is the garlic. It smells phenomenal. I'm not going to do too much with this other than just take them out of the bulbs, because I didn't tear a hole in that bag, so we're going to put these habaneros in there. And I'm going to have to remember to put these in the fridge unless I do this tonight. I need to go get some more. Any of you that actually do like the habaneros, you get a pound of them, which is a lot, for $4 at Kroger, or at least that's how much they are in Fremont. Like that big ass bag that I just went through, the last one, I was just grabbing them by the handful and putting them in there and trying to see how close to a pound I could get, and I think I only got it to like maybe a half pound, and there was a ton in there. And obviously, as you can see from the jar here, I could obviously have gotten a lot more. And I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not gonna crush them or take them any further out of the cloves than they already are when they come apart. I'm just gonna take the skin off there, because like I said, I want to take that off. Because like I said, I'm gonna take the immersion blender in there and grind everything up here as soon as I get everything put in there. So this is really, really easy. Just break them up. Some of these are getting kind of soft. This is what happens when you get fresh stuff. You don't move on it quick. I just picked this stuff up like yesterday, I think. When I say yesterday, I mean Friday, because it's still technically my Saturday, even though it's really my Sunday. But yeah. And this stuff doesn't last too long if you don't treat it right. Like, I should have put this in the fridge probably too, because I thought I was going to get to it a lot sooner than I did. And I didn't. My new job is a lot more physical than my old job, and boy, has it been kicking my butt. Just a little bit. Okay. A little trash box here. There we are. Oh, another thing I'm going to do, I'm going to make the eggs. I'm going to start keeping my eggshells. This is something you guys should look into. It's awesome. Awesome for putting calcium back in you. Save up your eggshells, put them in the freezer until you got a whole Ziploc bag full of them, and then just pulverize them. Crush them into like a little powder, almost like a creamer or something. And then you can put it in your coffee, you can put it on your food, you can do whatever you want with it. And that's going to put a lot of calcium back in your system. And I'm getting older, and now my bones aren't working as well as they used to, because I may only be 42 going on 43, but in football years, because I played a lot of football, I didn't retire until 6 years ago, after 20 some odd concussions, a couple of knee injuries, and a couple of shoulder injuries. I'm like 87 in football years. So, I mean, that's why I've gone on a carnivore diet. I'm trying to stick to that. Sometimes it doesn't work so well because I'm part Italian, so I love carbs, especially pizza. Ooh. Pasta's been easier to give up than I thought it would be. So is bread too, but pizza's hard to give up. But yeah, I've been trying to take care of my body just a little bit better, so that hopefully I'll last for another 30 or 40 years. And I'll give you guys some updates on that as I get a little bit better at it. Like this next week there's a breakfast buffet I'm going to go to in the morning, and then after that I'm hitting. So tomorrow's going to be kind of like a last cheat day for the next few weeks. But I'm going to do the beef, bacon, butter, and eggs for at least a couple weeks. It's a big carnivore thing. You have nothing but beef, bacon, butter, and eggs. And I've been on the carnivore diet for like the last month or so, and it works well. Like when I was younger, I used to do keto, and my body always responded very well to that. I could just never stay on it for more than a couple years at a time because I am a stress eater. And of course, when I'm a stress eater, I can't eat stuff like steak and meat. Stay on my diet. I've got to eat the ice cream and pizza and breadsticks and all that other happy crap. It's horrible for you. We're going to chop this up just a little bit because obviously that's a little big for an immersion blender to try and take out. That's what the cutting board's here for, because I knew I was going to need that. We're going to just take. Now, if you're wondering why I don't have eye protection on while I'm cutting an onion, it's because I'm not a pussy. That, and I've never honestly, while cutting an onion, had a problem with my eyes tearing up. I know it has something to do with the juices. The way I figure it is if you're not rubbing your eyes or you're not squirting the juices in your face, you honestly shouldn't have to worry. Well, that smells good. Which I need to remember to wash my hands before I do actually rub my eyes now. Goes in the box of trash. Alrighty. That is a phenomenal looking Vidalia onion. Oh lordy, it looks so good. I'm one of those people, I'm weird. I don't really like raw onions. Cooked onions aren't too bad. I just recently started having raw onions because they do have anti-inflammatory qualities, and they help with keeping your inflammation in your body down, which is what a big thing is with the carnivore diet. Sugar and a lot of different kinds of carbs can cause lots of inflammation issues in your body. Okay, got that in there now. Next is dessert, and we're going to have to measure that out because I can't eyeball 5 grams of salt. I can't, and I'm not gonna mix it up in the water and make it into a solution per se, because like I said, I'm mixing it all up. So, turn you on. I just got this. It's a food. It's a food thing. So you guys can see it. It said hello when I turned it on. It's so nice and actually has manners like most kids nowadays don't. We'll get into that in another video, maybe after I've been drinking a little bit. But it's zeroed out, so. Now you see, I went too many grams there. I went 6.4. But I don't mind it a little salty. So, you know what? Instead of staying at 6.4, let's go ahead. Let's just take it to 10. We're going to do double. That's 9 on the dot. That's just over 10. Okay. Because I do like salt. And this is Himalayan pink salt. Himalayan pink salt, which is a huge thing on the carnivore diet. Why? I don't know. had it zeroed out. So I did get all of it in there, even though it doesn't look like that all in there. I'll have to wash that off. And then a liter of water, which I put the liter of water in the Star Sand as well, or not the liter of water, but the bottle, because it's not just a brand new bottle. Oh, that's more water than I thought it was going to be. We might be okay. We might be good to go. And I just realized there's one thing I forgot. I do need to get some of my yeast that I use for brewing. So I'm going to pause. I'm going to be right back. All right, I'm back. I was going to get some bread yeast to do with this because I didn't want to waste any of my good brewing yeast, but I found some of my brewing yeast that won't be a big deal. If I use it, it's not my really good stuff. But first things first. See if my cord's long enough. Appears to be. Let's start chopping some of this in. Now I may just do this for a minute or two. So I've had a chance to push up a bit and I'll pause the video and come out. I don't know if you guys can hear me at all because it's kind of loud. But yeah, we're gonna pause the video for a minute because this might take a couple minutes. All right, didn't take as long as I thought it might take, but we got her mixed up pretty good here. Hope I didn't break my immersion here. It's just not working now, but it also is really hot. So, and I wish you guys could smell this. Oh, should turn the smell-o-vision on. Get in there. There we go. All right. Just sitting down there for now. All right. So that actually turned out pretty good. We're going to put this yeast in there. Throw that away. We're going to let that just sit for a little bit. Use the knife I used for the onion there. Now I'm going to let this sit with my airlock on it for at least a week. Probably anywhere from, more than likely, I'm better off leaving it sit for at least 2 to 4 weeks. But we'll return to this. We'll see how it's turning out. I'm probably going to have to run it through the food processor before I actually turn it into hot sauce and bottle it. Which, if I get really good at this, I will start selling them. I'll have links for that whenever that happens, if you guys are interested in that. But there's that. There's that. And now this is the great thing about these airlocks. It lets air out. It don't let air in. So everything that you see on YouTube about putting a cheesecloth over it, which that makes me kind of wary because, yeah, it just does. Anything can get in there still. Nothing can get in there. And then, as you can see, look, it's already got positive pressure in there. It's already trying to push stuff out of there. It's working. So we'll come back and we'll see how this turns out. Peace, guys.